Hello lovelies. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about my channeled message service. So anyone who follows me, who looks at my posts, will know that recently I have started to offer a new service, which is channeled messages with my galactic guides, which is going really well. I think I've done almost 40 messages now in the last couple of weeks, and the information that is coming through is just literally mind-blowing. There was a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, and firstly it was about the information that's coming through in these messages. So what I've noticed is that each message seems to feel quite different. The language that is used in each message feels quite different. The energy feels quite different. And I've noticed this over the course of the last couple of weeks. So I spent some time the other night speaking with my guides, and I said to them, why do the messages feel different? Why do I feel as though some of the information which is being offered is really, really deep? Some of the information is more practical guidance. Some of the information is more spiritually based. Some of the information is more 5D based. Some of it's more 3D based. And so I asked what this was all about. And the guide that came through to speak to me is called Mother. I've spoken about her before. She's lovely. And I realised, or actually I was shown when I had this communication with her during meditation, why she's called Mother. And I had a different idea to why she presented herself as Mother. But actually it's because she is responsible for the mothership, that these galactic guides that I connect with are all part of. They all reside on this particular ship. And Mother is responsible for assigning the being or the beings to my channeled message. And what she helped me to understand is that it's no different to really being here on the earth, insofar as each of the beings has a level of expertise. They are a group, and obviously this group has connected consciousness like we all have as human beings, but there are beings, individuals within this group who have specialities, who have more understanding of particular subjects that human beings go through. They have more information, they've kind of done more learning, they've done more observing, they've done more witnessing around particular subjects. So what happens is, when I connect with them and I ask the questions that I've been given by my client, which everyone has the opportunity to ask 3 questions, dependent upon those questions, that is how the guide that gets assigned, the being that gets assigned to offer that information, it will be dependent upon my client's questions. And also, interestingly enough, it will be the guide assigned, the being assigned will be able to offer the assistance at the level of understanding that my client personally has, which then helped me to understand why each one of the messages was very different. So like I said, sometimes it was really deep information, sometimes it wasn't so much. And so this helps me to understand that my clients will never, as in a QHHT session, exactly the same thing happens. My clients will never be offered information beyond their capacity to understand it. So that was really interesting. I also wanted to talk about the questions themselves. So, a lot of people are coming to me and asking for information, for example, about a particular person. So I might have a question around, this person in my life is causing me difficulties. What do I need to do to deal with them? How can I go about dealing with them? Or, this part of my job is not going well. How can I deal with it? Or, I have a physical struggle. What can I do to deal with it? See, there's a theme. And what I would like you all to feel into, my lovelies, is that perhaps a different way of asking these questions would be, I have this person in my life. What do I need to learn from them? I have this particular issue in my work scenario. What do I need to learn from it? I have this particular physical struggle. What do I need to learn from it? See? Getting it? So I know I bang on about this all the time, that life, this experience is just a school. We are all here to learn in the most simplistic sense of what life is about. It's just a school, it's just for learning. So if we take this into consideration, what we need to feel into is that each and every experience, including people, jobs, relationships, physical states of being, emotional states of being, they have all been offered to us as a lesson, as learning. Okay? And if we don't look at these particular relationships, experiences as opportunities to learn, then we will keep having similar experiences until we learn the lesson. Okay, so I am going to do another video. I don't want this one to be too long because I know that it doesn't work on Instagram. I'm going to do a longer video for YouTube, so anyone that's interested, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's just 𝔻𝔻𝕃𝔻𝕃. And I want to do some more talking about this when we have and make the choice to look at a situation and ask it, what is the lesson I need to learn? Once we do that piece of work, then what? Okay, because that's the important bit, because then after that, there is obviously work to be done around how to learn that lesson. What do we do once we recognise the lesson? What do we do after that? And that is something that I want to share because it's what I'm working on in my book. So I also wanted to quickly, before my time runs out, I wanted to also talk about what I've seen as how my guides connect with me. Because again, I'm really interested to understand how this happens. I mean, I know it's meant to happen because it is happening, and I know why, and I know all the reasons from my QHHT session. But in the physical sense of the word connection and connecting into alternative dimensions, which is what I'm doing because my guides are in the 12th dimension, how do they know that I'm asking for assistance? So I asked this question again to Mother, and it was so lovely because she said, do you want to see? And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, of course I do. So she showed me on the mothership how they work, how she knows when somebody is looking for connection. And she showed me that it is all down to the vibrational frequency within my being. And she showed me an infinite amount of screens. I don't know how many there were. And they weren't screens in the usual sense of what we would consider a TV screen to be like. They were different, but I'm going to use the word screens because it helps me to describe what they looked like. And on these screens was the energetic frequency of all of the human beings that these particular galactics are following, are observing, are assisting. And when a human being requests assistance and they connect, their vibrational frequency changes and it shows up on a screen as a colour. And then this colour sends a signal to the ship to say, this person is looking for assistance. It's kind of like an alarm. And then with that, then the guides come in, then they connect with me, then they go through with me what it is that I'm looking to ask about, who the individual is that I'm looking for information around. So it really is just about the vibrational frequency of how my physicality, the cells within my body, if you like, change when I'm looking to connect. So how cool is that? I just wanted to share that with you. I know that for some of you that's probably a little bit far-fetched, but I just find it so exciting. I wanted to share it. So I'm going to make another video now around how to help you to do the work that you need to do once you understand what a lesson is that's come up in your life. So I'm sending you lots of love as always.